Just because you find yourself stuck at home or in a possible quarantine situation does not mean that your health has to go downhill. Watch this video for the 3 best ways to bulletproof your health during a possible quarantine situation.
Let's go.
Hi, welcome. Coach Tanya with Criticalbench, joined by my colleague and friend, Coach Brian. So, we're in a bit of a situation in the world, actually. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of concern. Anxiety levels are obviously on the rise, and hysteria is kind of growing. And depending where you are at in the world right now, you might find that you are sort of stuck at home, having to be, sort of an enforced lockdown. Or lockdown sounds so, doesn't it? It sounds really like scary, like a movie scary.
It sounds like you're in trouble.
Yeah, or quarantine, and really it's more about social distancing. It's about containment. So if you are living in a part of the world where this has been enforced to help reduce the spread of infection and the coronavirus, then you might be feeling a little stir crazy,
Yeah, we're like 3 days in of no school, and we're going crazy already. And we're still able to go outside at this moment. We're still allowed to go and do whatever we want, but our kids are home, and it's kind of crazy.
And there's restrictions. I mean, there's mandated restrictions are happening, like, with the restaurants and obviously school closures and things like that. And I mean, we're here today working without our regular videographer. So things are changing, but one of the best things you can do, like if you're feeling well, but you're like, I'm stuck here, I really can't do much. One of the best things you can do is continue to look after your best health and the health of your family. And there are things that you can be doing even while you're sort of within your 4 walls to keep your health a priority and keep yourself feeling well.
Absolutely. So we made a previous video, you can go back and check it. We just uploaded it a couple days ago. Is the 10 immune boosting foods to help reduce inflammation.
That covers your nutrition.
Yeah, so that covers your nutrition. Go back and take a look at that, or you can just click the banner up here so you can go watch that video. And so that's one way you can bulletproof your health. But right now, thinking if you're in a quarantine where you're not able to get out, or you see that in the near future, you don't have to just be like, oh, there goes all my gains, I can't hit my goals, I'm gonna turn into this fat blob that doesn't do anything. Believe it or not, you can actually get healthier by staying at home. And what I mean by that is there's so many alternatives to what you've been doing. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to prep or go out to these certain restaurants to meet your macros. All of this can be done from the comfort of your own home. And you're not exposing yourself to pollution, you're not exposing yourself to the stress of the world, you're not exposing yourself to other people, viruses circulating through the gym or your workplace. So you can actually stay really healthy, and that's really the whole reason why the quarantine or lockdown is recommended and also required in some areas, that it does keep you healthy. Yes, because
it takes you, I'm butchering this. What it does is it's trying to the attempt is to keep all of us from being in a high risk area, because the more people you're around, the more this thing can spread, because it spreads very easily, very quickly. Some people can be asymptomatic, which means they have the virus and don't even know it, but they can pass it on to somebody else who might actually get very, very ill with it. So the whole idea is not to punish anybody or to create mass fear, but it's a way to help contain and stop the spread, because I think the new hashtag is flatten the curve. Flatten the curve. So, it can go like this. And the reality is we're past the point of it doing this, but what we can hopefully do with these quarantines and lockdowns and social distancing, enforcement, is to not have that peak where it's an all-out, devastating result.
Right, so here are the 3 best ways that you can bulletproof your health. The first one, it's an obvious one, is just exercise. Now, you are stuck at home, there might be kids climbing over you. If you're feeling healthy and have just a few minutes to spare, you can get a total kick butt workout without equipment, without a gym, just using your body weight and a little bit of floor space. You can check out our channel here. We've got hundreds of other follow-along workouts designed specifically for this situation where you don't have access to a gym, you don't have access to equipment. You can get a phenomenal workout just using your body weight, going through some basic movements. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, but please search our channel for follow-along workouts, at-home workouts, bodyweight workouts. We've got you covered.
From beginner to advanced and any age, really. So if you're, more senior, we have something there for you as well.
Yeah, and not only that, we just released this not that long ago. It's called Metabolic Stretching. This is a program that we created. It's our tagline is stretch your way lean in just 15 minutes. You can lose weight and feel great from the comfort of your own home. There's a beginner's version, there's an advanced version, there's instructional, there's everything that you need right now in order to get not only a flexibility workout, but also a fat loss, fat burning workout. So if you're putting on a couple extra pounds from drinking too much or just indulging in sweets or carbs or things like that, this is a program that's guaranteed to help you lose weight, but also increase some flexibility. And we're all going to become less flexible the more we sit around. I mean, just think about it. The more Netflix you watch, the more sedentary you're going to become. So you're going to be stiff, you're going to need to move, but you might not have a lot of time. This is your solution, so go right now underneath this video. We're actually going to do a little, we're going to discount this just because we know with the financial situation going on right now, we're going to discount this and give you access to getting this at a discounted rate. So go underneath this video in the pinned or in the comments section. I'm going to pin a link. You can look at this, read all about it, and get as much information as you want. So please go right now underneath this video, check out our program, Metabolic Stretching, and I guarantee this is going to be your lifeline these next few weeks in a quarantine situation. So please go check that out.
And it's good for your head.
And this is a DVD. We don't know what shipping is going to look like, but don't worry, we've got you covered with a digital copy, so you can actually download this immediately right now with the push of a button. So again, go take a look at that. But exercising regularly, it's something that you need to be doing. Now, obviously, if you feel like your immune system's compromised, you're feeling a little under the weather, don't work out. We're going to say that again from two people or two professionals in this field. If you're feeling run down, if you're feeling lethargic, if you're feeling under the weather, obviously if you're feeling sick, don't sweat it out. Please, right now we don't know exactly what you're dealing with, but don't sweat it out. That myth, that thought is a myth, and the best thing you can do is rest, which leads us into our next point, is get enough rest and get enough sleep. Even if you are feeling healthy, it's important to maintain an adequate, getting the adequate amount of sleep every night. It's kind of common sense. If you're feeling run down, your body's tired, what is your body telling you to do?
Rest. Because that's when your body heals, recovers, regenerates, revives itself. It's you cannot continue when the needle on your gas tank reader gets close to that E. You would never consider just going to keep going, because at some point that car is going to stop and not function, not work. Maybe not a great analogy, but your body is not all that different. At some point, if you continue to push it and you're not getting adequate sleep, things are going to start to go wrong. You may not collapse on the spot. You may not have something quite that extreme happen, but slowly systems in your body, when they're not operating at an optimal level, things aren't working as well. They're not running as smoothly, they're not running as efficiently, and it's more and more taxing on your body as a whole. So it's like a house of cards. It starts to tumble.
And the cool thing about sleep, it's free.
Yeah, it is.
Like as long as you have somewhere you can lay down, it's free. And as much as we want to get out and be active and things like that right now, one of the best things we can do for our immune system and to bulletproof our health is to get as much sleep as possible. Good sleep. We're not talking just
like quality rest.
Like turn off the lights, put up the blue blockers, create a cool environment, lower your thermostat as low as you possibly can, just to stay in a cool environment. Don't just scroll through your phone and then have the TV on in the background and it's like 78 degrees in the house, and then all of a sudden you just turn everything off and go to sleep. That's not going to put you in a deep state of sleep. Really, you should start preparing for sleep an hour before you would like to go to sleep. Dim the lights, drink some tea, do some meditation, some light reading, read some, or put on some light music, things like that. Really create an optimal
sleep ritual.
Optimal sleep environment. And that is going to do so much more than eating right, exercising. You got to be sleeping 7 to 9 hours of good, hard, uninterrupted sleep. So please take advantage of that. Last one, it kind of goes with rest.
Yes.
It's minimizing stress.
And exercise too, because that can help.
Yeah.
With it, But you do, especially at a time when it's very stressful. As human beings, we do not like uncertainty, and there's nothing but uncertainty right now. I mean, there is some certainty we're getting, but largely I think it's mostly uncertain because there's so many questions that are not able to be answered. So in saying minimize stress, yes, easier said than done, but very impactful and beneficial if you're able to find ways to do that. Now, minimizing stress or stress coping mechanisms are different from one person to another. I personally am terrible at meditation. I really am. It's very hard for me to be still and just shut my brain off because all of a sudden I'm like, there's laundry to do. I have that report to write. Did I turn off the sprinkler? So my head's constantly squirreling. But you give me a book, I get in this zone. I get in this, all of a sudden all my systems kind of come down to this very peaceful, we'll call it a vibration, this sort of peaceful speed where it's just slowed right down. Or walking on the beach, you can always find me at the beach. So whatever helps to lower your stress, whether it's reading, maybe a warm bath with some essential oil, gardening, minimizing stress is about doing things that can take you physically and mentally out of an environment or situation that will bring you down, that will calm you a bit.
Yeah.
That's kind of all there is to it. And exercise can help. If you're feeling stressful, getting some exercise, usually most people feel relieved afterwards.
If you're stuck at home and can't go to the store to buy a new book, you can obviously download a Kindle book. We even have books on our Kindle store. So if you're looking for a new read, and you don't want to watch any more videos, we have a Kindle store. We even have podcasts you can listen to, Strong by Design podcasts. We have many different other platforms that you can get some more great information from. And not only that, another way to minimize stress is just deep breathing. Like focus
on your breathing.
That's something you can do for free too. You have to consciously be in thought of breathing. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and breathe. Like, no, you have to do deep belly breathing, breathe in for a few seconds, hold it, channel your thought right to that breath, and then exhale it all out, deep exhalations, getting all of the bad air out of the body, the unused air. Going through a habit of that it has hormonal responses, and it releases the good stuff in the brain and to kind of sedate the body over time. So, that's why people are like, all right, take a deep breath. It's
even Navy SEALs at part. I saw a video a couple weeks ago, a former SEAL talking about how, I think they call it the box breathing method. They have a name for it, but it's like a deep breathing method that's part of their training where they're in a really high stressful situation just to get them very quickly, because they're always like on call kind of thing, but to very quickly get that nervous system to switch from panic to just, okay, what do I need to do? To be able to think. So mindful breathing absolutely will help take that nervous system from 110 down to about 60.
Yeah, so right now, wherever you are in the world with what's going on, it is crazy. There's a lot of uncertainties going on about when these quarantines are going to be lifted, what's going to happen with the economy all over the world. A lot of uncertainties right now, but what you can do is be proactive rather than reactive. That's the best way to attack the situation. And if you are stuck at home for X amount of weeks, you still are able to exercise, you're still able to get a good amount of sleep, and you're still able to minimize stress. If you do these three things, you're going to stay healthy, you're going to bulletproof your health, you're going to keep your mind right, you're gonna also influence the others around you, and it's also just going to give you a clear thought or a better state of mind going into what might be right around the corner. So again, take a look at our metabolic stretching program. Go underneath this video right now. In the comment section, there's the link that's going to be pinned at the top. Stretch your way lean, lose some weight in just 10 to 15 minutes from the comfort of your own home. You don't need equipment. You can download this immediately. I'm telling you, this is going to be your lifesaver these next few weeks, few days, for any individual. So you watching right now, this program is for you. Got it? Okay, good. So sleep, stress, exercise, and then...
Well, that's, I mean, there's more, but ultimately, while you are probably feeling like you have no control over what's going on out there in that environment, globally, within your town, outside your door, you really have very little control over the environment and what's happening there, but you have all the control over your own environment, so make it the best, the healthiest, and the least stressful you can during this time.
Yeah, so wash your hands, tune back more for more great videos just like this one. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also drop us a comment underneath this video to just let us know your thoughts about all of this, or if you've got a comment or question, we're here for you. And that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.